Welcome to the Your Energy First podcast, where we help you explore and understand better your intuition and spiritual gifts so that you can apply them to your day-to-day for your most beautiful and purpose-led life. Welcome back to the podcast, and today is a very sweetly tender and expansive topic. And the topic is going to start to have us address what it means to be and experience love in this lifetime in new ways. So one of the things that I practice myself and that I also teach is how to go within to your own inner wisdom, which everybody has, and ask questions. Ask questions about life. Ask questions where you feel called to have an understanding either for yourself in your day-to-day or in the greater picture. So one of these topics that I had just thrown up to my guides during a meditation on a long time ago, years ago, was the experience of love when it comes to intimacy here on earth. And I love the guides always just have this simple, pragmatic, loving, and like crystal clear energy as they deliver the news, deliver the information. And I had asked the question about how is it, why is it that some of us are sexually attracted to the opposite sex, the same sex, varying versions? And their answer is really quite simple. So on the other side of the veil, when you and I are simply in spirit, when we're simply in energy and light, we do not have the duality of limitations around being either a man or a woman. We are energy. And for the experience we're meant to have here on earth, procreation is part of the process. It's what keeps things going. And as it sits, what we need for procreation is the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Therefore, it would make sense that more of the majority of the population has a tendency to be with someone of the opposite sex. This helps with procreation. This helps with, they're saying, mitigating the variety of experiences we might have with ourselves. If I'm more in my feminine, then by me being with a partner who's more in their masculine, this is what is helping shift our states of awareness and consciousness. Now, all that being said, the truth is, if you've lived in any way in life, I know, we have all experienced love in so many different ways and forms. The way that you love your partner is different than how you love a pet or a grandparent or a child or a dear friend or somebody that you just even have an affinity to who is a character on television, but they've brought you warmth or laughter in life. So our reality as humans is that we actually experience love in many forms, many, many forms. You can even love your home and love the space you're in. You could love a couch for the experience that it's giving you, but that's exceptionally different from the love and intimacy you have with a partner. So now as it sits, the reality is the more aware of who we are as an individual, of our journey, of our light, of our process, we become even more connected to individuals who are walking a similar path. I think back on my own experience in life, and when I was younger, I would think, I want to be with a guy who, is a certain height and likes baseball and, has strong legs. Like those were some of my requirements. And it's funny because I look at who I've dated in life and there's nothing in the lineup that says, oh, she definitely likes this, this type of hair or this type of whatever. I mean, it's all different. And the truth of the matter is, we are attracted to someone's energy. And the physical body, the physical form that they take is an aspect of that, but it's certainly not a requirement for love. So as all of us continue to learn within ourselves, continue to develop within ourselves a deeper meaning and understanding of who we are, how can you now show up for yourself so fully, so present, that when you meet somebody new, or when you look at your partner for the 839,000, whatever, to pick a really big number, okay, the millionth time, and you look at them, how can you look at them with a new sense of love, a new sense of appreciation? Who are you? How are you desiring to show up in this world? Or when we meet a stranger, understanding that they have their own rich life in their own unique way, and we know little to nothing about it. How can you show up in love for yourself and honor that and honor their experience? Now, this always calls for the caveat that we never want to be in a place where our safety or anything like that is being harmed, of course. So at the same time, we can have reverence for somebody else's experience and walk away from something that doesn't feel right for us. One of the things, separate from that, by the way, one of the things I ask the guides is, it's like, how come like some of us feel, like when I was much younger and people were far further homophobic. And I thought, how is it? I was like, it doesn't make sense to me, because the way I feel towards, say, boys, I would have like 5 to 8 crushes at one time in high school. I'd be like, oh, I saw 3 out of my 8 crushes today. And I'd be like, I feel an affinity and attraction to them, and it feels good. And I don't feel the exact same way with women. And although I think women are beautiful, and I've had attraction to women before too. And so I was like, there's no way I was like, it would only make sense to me that if I were a man, I'd be having these exact same feelings towards other men, period. So remembering in reverence for each other, logically, logistically, we are wired to be human. And at the same time, at our depth and at our core, we are love. And there's so much more we get to experience when we have that love and respect for ourselves. We can appreciate other people who are on a similar or more unique journey than us. Thank you for exploring this topic in this community. It's one that could go very broad and wide. As you know, I simply like to look at the energetics of it all. And it's beautiful that we get to be different versions of ourselves throughout our lives. There are versions of us where we are divinely aligned and attracted to certain soulmate partners, and then life, and we shift and we grow and we get to learn and we get to explore. That's the beauty of us getting to exist in this lifetime right now. It may be a different version of the same person you've been married to for 30 years, or it may be an entirely different person of an entirely different gender, and all of the above. The truth of the matter is, all of it's asking us to come home further to ourselves and to explore what the information and what these particular experiences are showing us. All of it bringing you to your greater wisdom. Thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for bringing more of your light and your shadow into this world.